How you guys doing? What's going on, party crashers? How my party crashers doing? Make sure you press that 3. I just want to make sure you guys all hear me tonight. We're going to have a great night tonight. We got a lot of hot topics on the ballot, and we have the phone lines open. So I hope that I get my party crashers to call in and talk to your girl about these hot topics, okay? How you guys doing? Are you guys doing great on this Friday night? And guess what, you guys? I do want your opinion. On the weekends, I'm thinking about making the weekends personal and allow me to do skits, because I've always wanted to do skits, but I just never dived in heavy. So I said maybe on the weekends, I can just do personal talks and skits. You know what I mean? And Monday through Friday, I keep the gossip. I don't know. I say one thing and I do another, girl. But I did want to get your opinion on it. All right. Yes, I got my fan here. How you guys doing? I'm so happy to see everyone. Yes. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Divine Goddess girl. This live just popped up in my pic. Well, I'm glad you done popped on in. Come on and stay. So let's get to the first thing first. Erica Mena, she has been crashing out. Erica Mena, something is wrong with Erica Mena. A lot of people notice. They say, oh my God, what's wrong with her face? Why is she losing so much weight? And let me show you the pictures, okay? And honey, I don't think it's a face filter. You guys know I use face filters. You guys know that, right? Press 7 if you know that your girl Gigi use face filters, okay? Yeah. Since mother suckers want to go out here on social media and try to spread lies and misinformation after I done told yourself, I done told you, outsider, what it was, okay? So I have to make that clear. And that's another thing why I have to do more. I'm going to do more personal videos on the weekend so I can get some stuff cleared and straightened out. And I know my party crashers really want me to go there anyway. Okay. I've been trying not to, honey, but I'm going to unleash the dragon. I'm going to unleash the dragon on them, okay? Hit him with that fan. Hit him with the fan. Let me pull her up. Let me pull up her up. Now let's get these likes up. Do me right. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Let's get these likes up. All right. And am I yelling? Because I gotta watch that. I've been trying to watch me yelling. Because in the past, y'all be like, oh my God, you're yelling in the mic, you're yelling in the mic. Am I yelling? Does it sound like I'm yelling? Then at one point I was talking, but I listened to myself back. I was like, dang, I sound so boring. Where's the life? Where's the energy at? Right. So I'm trying to give you not yelling, but give you energy too. Okay. So let me know how I'm doing. So this is Erica Mena, and she is spazzing out. And people was not even paying attention to her spazzing out. People was not even paying attention to her roast. They were more concerned with her face. They were more concerned with her body. And I will take you over to Erica Mena pictures, and people feel like she's losing so much weight. They don't know what's going on with her face. And I will hope it's a face filter, honey, but I don't think so. You guys know she's a mom. She got a few baby daddies. She had her whole life, exploited out here on social media. And I think that takes a toll. It takes a toll when you out here and you exploiting your whole life for the world to see, for money, and people gonna put their mouth on you and you got to deal with that. I don't think that's normal. This is the only generation that we have really done that in, where people just putting all their business out here for fame and, people getting talked about and they dealing with that. Honey, if you are in reality TV on this social media world, I think you need to go get a psychiatrist or a shrink or some shit. I know, okay, because it's a lot. It is a lot to deal with. And just hearing all the stories that these people be telling. And I want to know, what do you guys think? Did you see a lot of comments talking about Erica Mena? Her look more so than anything. And if you don't believe me, let's go down here. Look at this. Erica looks unrecognizable with all those surgeries. Now, do you think that it's all face surgeries? I mean, come on. Do you really think it's all face surgeries? I don't know. I don't think it's all face surgeries. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the sugar boogers because you know they say they stay on that shit too. They say a lot of these reality stars and celebrities, they got to stay on that stuff because they have to cope. Because anybody with common sense or the right frame of mind would not have they cannot do all the devilish stuff they do for fame. Honestly, you have to berate and disrespect yourself in order to make money, and it's all an act, and you have to keep doing it over and over and over again. So people resort to drugs, people resort to alcohol to cope with it. So, like I said before, we go down here and I'm looking in these comments, tired of seeing her yell at the phone. And guess what? Guess who hit me up, y'all? Y'all not gonna believe this. Do you know that guy named Aaron Plummer? Yeah, honey, him. Now, at first, I'm like, who the hell is Aaron Plummer? Aaron Plummer is this guy. He's supposed to be on Erica Mena's reality show. He's supposed to be looking for love, and I guess he has some attraction to Erica. Do I believe that? Hell no. I just think that all these people, they're chasing fame, they want attention, and they're just to do anything they can to get attention. Okay, even if it means dating someone they're not even interested in. But if that's going to make them famous, so be it. So something happened with him and Erica. Well, anyway, honey, he hit me up and he said that Erica and Ray J going back and forth, it is nothing but a stunt to take away attention from him. All right. Now they said that Aaron Plummer, he's very arrogant and he want all eyes on him. He was known from the balloon challenge. You remember that where he was disrespecting all those girls and stuff. So, honey, I just don't know what is going on out here in these streets. And I want to know, what do you guys think about it? I want to take you to Erica Mena Instagram. And let me, am I yelling? Do it sound like I'm yelling? If it sound like I'm yelling, please press 7. If I'm doing fine and the volume is fine and the quality is fine, please press 10. Okay. I really want to know. I really want to know. Hey, let's get the likes up. I need to get my ratings up, y'all. My party crashers, I need y'all support. I need y'all shares. I need y'all love and everything. So when we go here to Erica Mena's page, these are her pictures that she posts up of herself. All right. She want to show you guys off her body and everything because that's what they love to do. It's all about the look. And I've been out of the loop so long, and it's like, damn, do I have to get involved in this too? Shit. I've been living a regular life, honestly, and I like living a regular life. But in order to be on social media, you either got to be weird, you got to be sexy, you always got to be giving face, you got to be giving hair, you got to be giving something. We are living in a very visual society. So I think about it. I'm like, damn, I got to jump back up in there? How am I going to brand myself? How I'm going to do it? How I'm going to brand this old lady face filter with imagery, So I think about that recently and I'm just all kind of stuck. I'm like, damn, do they want to see the old granny shaking ass? I don't want to show my ass like that. I mean, if I do show my ass, it's gonna be for an audience of some men. Okay. I don't want to shake my butt in front of women. Okay. I don't want to do that. This is not the market to be sexy in. I just feel like if you have an audience full of women, hell, you got to know your audience. I know women love to see other women and other people be sexy, but no. I I only want to be sexy for men. I don't want to be sexy for no women, okay? I just don't want that. So so what are they saying up in here? They are talking about her on the side. They say, I can't wait for the show. All right, stunning. You're gorgeous. Now, see, every channel or every Instagram blog log in, I come in, I see different comments because before they were talking a lot about her weight, like this one. It says, you look super good, but please don't lose any more weight. A lot of people were talking about her weight. Okay, look at this, too skinny. Now, I really don't care about a person's weight. I really don't. I really don't care about your weight. But what do you guys think? Now, okay, Okay, I lied. Okay, so yesterday I was at Taco Bell, right? So I ordered some food, and it's this big bitch always taking my damn order. Okay, I don't got no problem with big bitches, but I just feel like you got to maintain your look. Okay, don't look slouchy, don't look sloppy, don't look sweat, don't look hot. Okay, you gotta look a certain way. You gotta work extra harder to be presentable. I know sometimes when you're heavier, sometimes those glances and those creases may carry more order. So you got to really be on your P's and Q's. That's all I got to say. But I don't care about anybody's size. I can't think, of anything else. But this is Erica Mena. And if she was serving me, I'd be like, well, I ain't got to worry about her eating the fries. Girl, this big nigga. I mean, Ninja came with my food. I'm just looking. I'm like, damn, did he get some of my fries? I know it's wrong as hell to assume and just have that in my back of my mind. Like, I'll be like, bitch, did you get some of my fries? I know you snuck some. Okay. Okay. But with her being so skinny, I ain't gotta worry about none of that. You know what I mean? That don't cross my mind. Now she could be a fry stealer, but I don't think about that when it comes to her. I guess because of her physique. But if she was a big bitch, maybe I would. I don't know. Okay, so here it is. What do you guys think about her size? Do you guys find it to be fitting? Press 1 if you like her size. Press 2 if you feel like it is some concern here. I don't care about her size. I don't care about her face. I'm not really involved in people looks, to be honest with you. But a lot of her fan base and a lot of people are very invested in her looks, and that's on them. But for me personally, I don't give a damn what Erica looked like as far as physically and her body. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. So that's that. Now, would I want Erica body? Hell no. Hell no. No, no, no. Would I want Erica face? Hell no. Hell no. I don't want her face or her body. Okay. Now a face I would want. I'll be. It's a few bitches' faces I would want. Princess Love. I think her face is beautiful. Okay. Gabrielle Union. I think her face is beautiful. It's a few other ones. It's a few body types, but Erica Mena is not it. That's not one I want. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move on, girl. So Erica Mena, she went on a rant and she said a lot of the N words towards Ray J. Ray J, he clapped back today and he says that Erica is the R word. He says you have no right being an outsider using that language, using the N word. Are you kidding me? Why? And a lot of people in the comment section say, well, she's a Puerto Rican princess. Puerto Ricans can say the N word. Well, she's a Dominican Republican. They are black. So what is it? And it just seems like we are, as a people, we are very divided when it comes to this. We have different meanings, we have different values, and we have different morals. One group of people say it's okay. Another group of people say it's not okay. So that's what we are. And she got canceled for saying Blue Monkey over there at Love and Hip Hop. But do you think they're going to cancel her at this new network? I believe she's worked for Zeus for calling Ray J the N word. I mean, what is it? What is it? And I want to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think first, is it okay for Puerto Ricans and it is okay for what do you call it? The Dominican Republican. Okay, I said that shit wrong, right? But we're gonna act like I said it right. Is it okay for them to say the N word? Okay, press 1 if it's okay for them to say the N word. Press 5 if it's not okay. Now, I was taught that only ADOS, which is my birthright. Okay, I was born ADOS. I can't help it. Was only people that was allowed to say the N word. We don't even like African people to say the N word. Okay. But people have this different mindset with it. You guys know hip hop has made the N word very famous. Hip hop has made the N word very cool. So everybody is using it, but people are getting offended. So I don't know what to take. How do I personally take? I felt that ADOS should be only one that's saying the N word, but at the end of the day, I'm not too strict on that. So if Puerto Ricans and Fat Joe say the N word, am I gonna flip a table? I'm gonna be like, nah, the black men ain't flipping it. Listen, the black, what are the black kings doing? If the black kings allowing it, then so be it. After all, it's their community. It's the black kings community. Okay. I'm just shit. I'm a part of the community, but I'm not no leader. I'm a transgender. You know I can't lead shit. Okay. I just better be thankful I'm here, right? Shit. Okay, so honey, I really don't have too much say so based on my status. So what do y'all think about this? I want to look in the comment section. I'm gonna pick some people randomly. There's white Latinos and Afro, both. Okay, but are they able to say the N-word? Okay, Code and Lock. Are they able to say the N-word? Hey Taylor Hill, how you
Hey,
doing?
boo.
How you doing?
I'm good. Long time.
Yeah, I'm glad you here. Hopefully you can host with me because you know I love my people up here with me. Now,
I love
people
you
want
too,
to
Gigi.
know what is ADOS. Can you explain to them what ADOS is?
I don't know what the hell that is. I
Oh,
don't even know what the hell.
Lord. That's American descendants of slaves. That is people like I'm ADOS because my great grandma, great grandfather, all that, they were slaves on a plantation in the land of America. You know,
Hmm.
my my people on my mama's side didn't come from no boat, didn't come from anywhere else. They were a direct descendants
Right.
from slavery in America.
Got
Direct descendants. Because I have videos and press 7, if you guys want me to share this, where my grandma tell me about my grandfather, how at 7 years old, the white man came to my grandfather and told my grandfather or the parents that he was not able to go to school unless it was raining real bad, that it was a flood. But other than that, he
wow.
had to get in the field and pick that damn cotton. So at
Wow.
7 years old, they were snatching away education and people dreams. My grandma said, you couldn't even dream of a college. You being black and thinking about college is just unrealistic. You know, it's laughable.
That's
So
very sad.
yeah, and I got videos of her talking about that
I
while she
think you should
told
share that. I
mm,
think you should. That's very important. And for your grandmother to be able to tell you that story and to like live in that time, I think that's important for, people of our culture to see that,
yeah,
and
I
then to pass
share it.
that on to the younger generation.
Yeah, I share it when they ready. I don't think they're ready for it on my channel, the audience yet. We got to keep building. But
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about Erica Mena? Is she allowed to say the N word? What's up?
No. No.
Why is she not allowed to say the N word?
You know what? So I have a big deal when people of other races say the N word. I just do. Like that's a part of our culture. Even though some people feel like, oh, it's derogatory, it's not a word that we should say, which is true. But for other races to say that word, it just does not feel or sit right with me. In
Well,
all honesty, we shouldn't even say it. But I mean, it's like the word, sorry, the N word, the origin of that word means stupid. So for a stupid black person, so for someone to say that, like, what up, my like of another race, I personally, I don't feel comfortable with that, and I don't feel comfortable with her saying the word. I don't
yeah,
feel comfortable with that at all. And honestly, she should watch what she says because she already has been in trouble for saying things that come off as racist.
yeah, the R word. Let's not say the R. You know how YouTube is sensitive, but I definitely understand. Now, what people are going to say, Taylor, they're going to say,
Mhm.
well, she is black because Latino is not a race. That Puerto Rican is not a race. That Dominican Republic is not a race. So therefore, she falls under the black umbrella. So
That's not true, because when you have to identify yourself on certain things, she's gonna have to identify as Latino.
Yeah, but
She's
they
not
said that
identifying as
that's
black.
an ethnicity. That's not a race.
She shouldn't be saying the daggone word.
All
That
right.
she she shouldn't be saying it. I just personally believe that. Like, I don't think she has the right to say it.
All right. So moving on with this
Hmm.
case with Erica Mena and Ray J. What are your thoughts? She went out, she clashed out because Ray J was taken up for this other girl that was on her show. And
Hmm.
she got, do you know what the show is about, Erica Mena? She's finding love.
Hmm.
She got men and women because, she's
Like both.
bisexual,
Yep. Yep.
looking for love. She told Selena that she would guarantee to make it on a certain time. Selena's
Hmm.
a heterosexual girl. She said that Erica Mena tried to set her up to do some zesty stuff, and she felt played because now they kicked her off. So she went crying, and I believe they got jumped or some fighting was involved.
Hmm.
And she got Ray J involved. Ray J went on the live. They did all this stuff. Erica Mena, she started crashing out, and that's how we got here.
Let me say something about Erica. I just want to say something before we get into this. Erica needs mental help because of all the things. If you are a person who followed love and hip hop, you would know Erica is a person not to be trusted. I wouldn't trust that girl as far as I could throw. Like, she's like, looking how she did Sin, who was her girlfriend at the time. She was not good. She was, I don't know if I can say this, but she was thotting and bopping. So she wouldn't even be a person that I would want to even have in my circle. She's a person, she just talks entirely too much. As far as the situation going on with Ray J, I just feel like Erica is miserable. So anybody that is in her way, she's just going to lash out at them. So I think Erica needs to do some soul searching in herself, get off of social media, and work on her mental state of mind.
That ain't gonna happen, Taylor, because that's how she get paid, and she get a lot of money, and that's all she knows. Do you really expect Erica to go back to Popeyes and working at Walmart? I mean,
Absolutely not. But
yes, that's how she feels like, hey, she got to get it. And you know what, Taylor? We are living in the age where people feel like they have to get online to degrade themselves to make a
mhm,
dollar. I hear it all the time where I just did it for a check. I need it for $1. This social media is going to cause a lot of people to be real, real crazy. It is affecting everything. People are
right,
doing stuff purposely to do horrible stuff to get some views.
absolutely. I,
Okay. So, honey, and that's why I'm very cautious. Like, people, if I meet a guy and he's into attention, oh hell no. Hell no.
right.
Girl, I can imagine it now. Get filming your life and you got me asleep. Wake your ass up. Wake your ass up. And you know the people gonna be all tuned in. See, I don't want that betrayal. And I do know that people portray other people. I hear it all the time. So I'll be very cautious when people want fame and want all this attention. I'm looking sideways.
I understand that, and you're absolutely right. Like, because even I mean, not to get off a subject, and I hope you do talk about this, even with the Netta and Charles thing, like, you know, they have to do things to try to get attention, to captivate their audience, to get money, and that's the world that we live in, unfortunately. But you can also, when you rebrand yourself, people look at that too. Look at Black China. She went from being a hot mess, and she rebranded herself, and people love her, and she's still able to make money. So Erica could rebrand herself and, you know, show herself in a different light,
Yeah,
because what she's doing is, it's not good. It's It's not a good look for her.
Yeah. I don't know if she wants to go there like a Brittany Renner because she's doing that with Islam. And
Yeah,
thank you. Taylor. I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second. And a lot of people see Black China and Brittany as making fun of the religion. A lot of people see it as mocking Islam and Christianity because they don't feel like they're taken seriously. And everybody religious group, they're different. And I want to know, what do you guys think about these Britneys and Black Chinas, their ex sluts? Okay, being religious, but they're still in Hollywood. They are still in entertainment. They are still playing on the devil's playground. In Hollywood, doing all this stuff. I don't know, honey. Christians back in the day would be like, nope, it's a chop. But Christians today are different. They are very different. All right, we got another person coming up. I hear a hello. Are you there?
Hi, darling. How are you?
Hi. Good. I'm glad you chimed in. What's your
And
thoughts about all this?
I definitely agree. It's a lot that goes into this industry with their religion and the politics and all of that. So I just think that people, with these cast of characters, especially the one in the middle, all I'll say is the Whitney demise. And it goes even deeper than that because I know some things after meeting Whitney. I'm just gonna leave it there. But
Well, do
people
you want
gonna
to
ask,
share what what
girl,
you said?
girl, let me just say this. Clout is a hell of a drug. Okay. Huh. And if y'all only knew, shout out to Leola Brown, honey. Mm. If y'all only knew, Whitney and Bobby, the truth. And it's sad that this person is doing anything for attention.
I
Trying to act like they want to, get out of here. And love to all the people that have those feelings and thoughts and things of that nature, but don't play it,
So
you
what?
know.
I'm gonna try to condense this one, but it's kind of long.
Okay.
So why did
All right.
so
What?
why did he
Hold
leave?
on. Let me make this pause. All right. Well, thank you so much for
I
coming up.
love you, darling.
I love you too. So let's move on. So you guys know it's a story that's going around. I got wind of it from Ruby K. Shout out to her. She's a awesome YouTuber. So I did my research. So I wanted to go to the source. And this lady, she's on TikTok and she is telling her story. And this story is a real story. And this story is very a lot of women could relate to it. She found out that her husband had a boyfriend, right? Do you feel like this is a lot of women's situations today? Press one if you realize that this is a lot of women's reality today. Press five if you feel like, nah, this is all fantasy talk. Most of these men, I guess, they don't have a boyfriend on the side, and it's just interesting how the world is shaping. When I was growing up, I was always told that, gay men really don't exist. Do you know, at a point in time, I was told that gay is not a real thing. Yeah. And do you know places they feel like different places because they're in denial so bad. They feel like, gay is not a thing. You can't say gay. You none. You can't say it. You can't speak it because they feel like if you speak it, it gives it power. So, honey, to grow up and to see all this shit now, it is so interesting because we grew up in a time where a man was a man, honey. A man ain't gonna be with another man. A man ain't gonna find another man attractive. Okay. Okay. Back in those days, we knew who the gays were, and it was very in front of your face, but a masculine man, masculine presenting, no one thought that he was gay. Everybody perceived him to be a heterosexual. And that's very common too, assuming. We don't know who's who. We don't know what gender is what, but we are assuming, and sometimes your assumptions could be wrong. So it is what it is. Okay. So I'm gonna let her tell it and I'm gonna stop and go. Let's play her story.
So why did he leave? I'm gonna try to condense this one, but it's kind of long. So I'm gonna rewind all the way back to around April. We had been arguing a lot. Mind you, he was gaslighting me, very emotionally, verbally abusive. So, like, every single time I brought something to his attention, it was a fight. So I was like just fed up at that point. And I was like, we got to figure this out. So I told him, I think you know, we need to separate for a minute, not like separate, we're getting divorced, separate like, you know, you go sleep at your mom's house for a little bit, for a week or something, a couple, not even a week, a couple days, get our heads on straight, come back home, get our shit together. Well, he does that and doesn't come home for a month until the day before our anniversary. And again, you might be asking, like, he didn't come.
Girl, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag on a play. Press 1 if that's a red flag on a play. He don't want to be with this woman. I don't care what you tell me. The men I have, honey, they can't go without a day without seeing me. They breaking their neck, okay? And for him to go a whole month without seeing her, it's not he does not want to be with her. And I don't know why she will continue to be with a relationship with a man. If your man is willing to go a whole month without seeing you, a whole week for a couple of days without seeing you, I think y'all should run and hit the border. And I'm not saying he gay. I'm just saying maybe he just not into you. He just not into you. And maybe you okay with being in a relationship with a man that's just not into you. Some people just want to be in it for the title, whatever have you. But I couldn't do it. Only time I can be with a man like this, going a month, if I'm benefiting from a lot of money and I don't want him for real, and I just want the benefits of the money, and I don't got to sleep with him because I after not being with you a month, I don't know who you sleeping with and being with. So I can't be your slut. You're not going to leave me for a month, then expect me to get on my back to get doggy style so you can do whatever you want when that thing has been any and everywhere. Hell no. Nah. I love myself too much. Health is wealth. I'm not going to allow that. I don't trust no ninja. Whether he's my husband, whether he's my boyfriend, I don't trust none of you. I don't trust none of you. I know you lie. It's in your nature to lie. So I expect the lies. I expect it. So let's go.
Like, he didn't come home, like you didn't make him come home. No, I couldn't. He was abusive. You can't make an abusive person do anything. Anyway, so
girl, he was abusive on top of that. Honey, red flag on the play. Red flag on the play. I couldn't be with a man that's going to go upside my head or even talk to me any type of way. I ain't never had no boyfriend to call me a bitch or a hoe. Nah, even in the bedroom. Some guys, I got to say, can you please call me a bitch? They be like, no, I don't want to disrespect you. I said, man, if you don't call me a bitch, I want to be disrespected right now. But nah, yeah, I just nah. You're not gonna do that, honey. I'm not gonna stick around. I'm a princess. Why would you? Why would you want to do that to me? But she's still stuck around. And honey, he went for a whole month. This your time to escape. God is sending you a ram in the bush. This is your time to leave. This your time to leave, girl. But a lot of women and a lot of men, they stick around because a lot of men are in toxic relationships too. And they stick around. It's both. It's both of y'all.
so all of that happens. Fast forward, nothing really gets better over the months. We're having like money problems, like he's overdrafting accounts, all this crazy shit. One of the days I talk to his mom and I just tell him I tell her things are really rough, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just worried that it's actually worse than what you're saying." And 2020 vision, I'm looking back now, and honestly, I think she had an idea of what was going on because her comment came out of nowhere. It was like, I think it's something worse. And at the time, I was like, what worse, bitch? What worse? So he ends up losing one of his jobs. He worked like multiple because like a new boss came in, but that doesn't really matter to the story. Fast forward, it's now October, and we're still like, it's still not good. He's coming home super late. He's coming home at like 10.
All right, let's talk about that part. And Fifi donated $5. Thank you. If this story is real, he gonna pow her butt. You know, these guys will pow you. And I want to say this too. She mentioned about the mom. Did you notice that? She said the mom, in hindsight, looking back, she felt that the mom was trying to warn her. Please don't be fooled. These parents be knowing their sons be messing around. These parents, since their son is gay, they son bi, whatever you want to call it, they be knowing, but these parents are in denial. Can we talk about the parents? Okay. See, y'all don't want to talk about these damn parents knowing their damn son is gay and pushing their son to be with a woman. Huh? Do y'all ever talk about that? Press 5 if y'all talk about it. Press 10 if y'all don't. And the daddy be pushing the son to be with a woman too. Peer pressure. Pushing that gender, pushing that sexuality on your son, okay? When you know damn well what his nature is, okay? Okay. But I believe the parents know. I think a lot of these parents know, to be honest with you. But they just hoping. They feel like, I hope you can fix my son, because they see their son is broken. You know, I hope that God sent her to my son. And shit, some of these parents, they know their son ain't gonna stop sucking dick. But it's like, you know what? I don't want him to come out with that shit either. Okay. I'd rather for my son to stay his ass in the closet, okay, and be with a woman. And they think, you never know. By him being with a woman, God has his hand on everything. He can change my son and make him a whole straight man, you know? So we just gonna have to pray for that. And it looks good anyway. And they're gonna have kids. I'm gonna benefit. So nah, I ain't gonna tell her my son likes sucking a little dick here and there. I mean, if he does, that ain't my business. We just gonna have to pray about that. Hopefully, when my son get with her and get some of that Hello Kitty, he ain't gonna want no dick. Because what man is gonna choose dick over Hello Kitty? Hello. That's what I was taught when I was coming up. Can't no man resist no Hello Kitty. Can't no man resist the Hello Kitty. The power in the Hello Kitty. Hello, honey. Oh my goodness, girl. That made me want to get a Hello Kitty. Okay. I said, damn, it got power like that. Now, don't y'all go spread them rumors. Oh my goodness. Kind of find out that shit is a lie. Okay. That was a damn lie too. That was a damn lie too. Because they are definitely choosing ding dongs over Hello Kitties. Okay. They doing it in numbers. 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and in mass.
Ask him shit about it. He'll get mad at me. He would just start a fight every single time, not come home till 2, 3 a.m. after he fights with me. And it was this one particular night in which I went out with a friend, accidentally left my phone in the Uber, started calling him from her phone. He didn't answer. I finally get home after midnight and he's dead asleep in the bed. And I was like, turned the light on and I was like, I've been calling you don't even care like if I came home. You don't care if I'm safe. You're asleep in the bed. I should be home at this hour and you don't even care where I am. So then he gets mad at me, starts a big old fight, leaves, doesn't come home for a while, and I was just done with that shit. So the next day I left and I went to my friend's house, and my friend lived like an hour or so away. I stayed there for a little bit. So while I'm at my friend's house, he ends up overdrafting our accounts. So I say, hey, can you put your money in? Can you put your checks in so that we're not overdrafted? And he ends up leaving me with $1.12 between the two accounts that we had. There was no money in the accounts to pay our bills, and our bills were due. And he did this partly because he was getting back at me, because the night before he had said that he went out and he went to go visit one of his friends. This friend was a friend that he did paraphernalia with when he was younger. When he had told me, I was like, that's the drug friend. And when I said that, he acted like he was all offended. So he ended up leaving me with no money to pay our bills. So I ended up calling up his mom and telling his mom what he did to me. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So I end up going back down to where I lived to go talk to his parents after he did all of this. And that was a whole ordeal. But yeah, basically, I'm gonna have to put the talking to his parents story in a different video because this is gonna be way too long. But after he left me with no money, I ended up staying at my friend's house for a few weeks. And then I finally go home and he still isn't staying at the house. He comes back because I asked him, like, I need your credit card so that I can pay the bills. I need to pay your credit card bills. He drops off his cards and he tells me he's not coming home. And from then on, he never came back. So why did he leave?
Girl, why did you stay? Oh, ladies, are y'all this desperate to have a man? I mean, if I was in this situation, I wouldn't even call this a relationship or a marriage, but I guess people are.
Okay, so this is adding on to the other video that I made about why he left. So he told me, I'm not coming home. And he never did, although he was supposed to. Like, he wasn't saying he was never coming home ever at all. He was just saying, I'm not ready to come home yet. But now I know he was cheating on me. He was staying at his boyfriend's house. That's why he never came home. And he ended up giving me his credit cards to pay the bills, but he never continued to help me pay the bills. Basically, from that moment on, he got an attitude and was like, not paying any bills. After he left me with $1.12.
Girl, he was getting honey, that man was breaking that back end. Okay. He's the bitch. Okay. Make no mistake about it. The man she had, honey, he's a bottom bitch. Okay, he's a bottom. He is the baddest. Okay. And his man is probably taking care of him, honey. Okay, that's why he got so much attitude with you. He can't stand you, girl. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, honey. I promise you, he getting slayed in the back. I promise you, he's the bottom. I promise you, that's a bottom attitude for you. That is a bottom for you, honey. Okay, he's probably a power bottom. Can you imagine having a husband or a husband as a power bottom? Ooh, ooh, shit. Oh my God, it's horrible, right? Uh-uh. Hell no. Hell no. But it happens very often.
The rent, mind you, we were renting a house from his parents, and he just stopped paying. At least
No, I think this was her husband. Don't it say on the screen how I found out my husband? This wasn't her boyfriend. This was her husband. And did you guys know that her husband father is a pastor? Her husband father is a pastor of a church, girl. It gets deep, okay? This is her husband, not boyfriend.
paying every single bill, or stopped helping me pay. And during that time, I also had gone and taken time off work. I was on disability because my mental health was so bad. And so I couldn't even take care of myself. I had to jump right back into finding another job because he left me in such a shitty predicament. So also, when I went to go talk to his parent.
All right, they say, Gigi, I just found out you transgender. What? You what, girl? I can't believe it, girl. I can't either. I can't believe it either. I still love you, lady. Oh, thank you so much. So, like I said, tomorrow I'll be talking more about transgender stuff, so people won't try to weaponize my transgenderisms against me, because I'm getting more into the messy stuff now. I got my old lady face out now, so I'm starting to step into the light. So bitches mad, they can't take, and they're going to say, hey y'all, do y'all know this used to be Jacob Kohiner? Bitch, I can tell my own truth better than any of y'all. Okay, so I might just have to do that. So bear with me, y'all. It's gonna be a long roller coaster, right? Right. So on the weekends, I will have the phone lines open so you guys can call in and ask any questions. Now I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for. It's just an era. You know me, I change up. So I may do it for a couple of months and then I get tired of that shit. Then I change up and won't ever talk about it. That's just how I operate. But let's continue on.
I had ended up coming back, to where I lived. I went to the church to talk to both of his parents. I sat down and I told them everything, like everything I could think of that.
So haha flag said Gigi Mega loves you. Really? I didn't think the Republican Party loved me. Are you serious? See, I would see, I thought about being a Republican, but I said, listen, I'm a transgender. You know they can't stand my ass. Okay, there's a lot of people in the MAGA party that can't stand your ass. Don't be dumb. Because I do feel like the mega I feel like the mega people will get, I think they will bring the uniforms back at these restaurants. I do think they'll bring back manners and respect. Okay. But at the same time, I'm going to get effed up in the process. You hear me, Megas? I know y'all going to fuck me up in the process. And I'm going to be a casualty. And I know it ain't nothing personal. It's just a casualty. See, I can't take them chances. Okay. I can't take them damn chances. See, with the Democrats, they allow me to have a buffer, okay? Because they got all this other shit they got to deal with before they get to the transgender issues. So I get a buffer. But if I go to the Republican, honey, I'm right at the cutting edge. They're going to cut my ass off right there. All right. So let's continue on. Okay. Let's continue. But I thank you. Thank you, MAGA. And you probably one of the few, honey. Okay. I know how y'all feel about me.
That had ever happened, all the horrible shit that he had done to me. I was like bawling my eyes out, crying. And his dad was just like, oh, yeah, that's financial abuse. Like, that's unacceptable. We can't have that, yada, yada, yada. And his mom's solution was to help me pay some of the bills. And no accountability for their son. None. Zero accountability. I don't even think.
Do y'all hear that? Look, they said not true. I'm independent. I'm MAGA here. We understand, but it becomes a fashion. When I'm not doing it as a fashion. You see, MAGAs, I've been keeping my shit under wrap. I've been very conservative. I don't be out here with a flag on my back. Democrats, they trying to recruit. Dems, they trying to recruit. What y'all gonna do? What are y'all willing to offer me, Dems? Okay, I'm just joking. Let me continue on. I love everybody.
Him about the fucking shit that he did to me. But at the time, I was like, okay, like they're listening to me. Like they can help this turn a corner. But at this time, I didn't know he was cheating on me yet. But now I realize his parents are just enablers of his bad behavior, and they bail him out of every single thing that he does. His dad didn't give a shit that he was abusing me. His dad didn't give a shit that he was financially abusing me, squandering all our fucking money. Like I told them, so I had gone.
Watch your mouth. But of course, his parents. I mean, his parents not going to care. Do you understand? Parents, especially a lot of church people, parents, they see a male as a golden heir. They see males are the prize. In religion world, having a boy is everything. A male, they're going to protect that male heir. They're going to protect. Ain't nothing you can say as a female that's going to get them to turn their back on their boy child or their man child. Ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. Nothing. So unfortunately, she thought that she could influence them to be on her side, but clearly she can't influence them. And you cannot influence strong religious people. Whatever you say to them, they're going to see it as wicked. They're going to say she is demonic. She is trying to break up this marriage. You need to work and just pray it out. You need to stick with it. And the reason why he's probably out doing other things because you're not doing your duties as a wife. You're not doing your duties as a wife. You up here sitting and nagging at him, causing him to accept the devil to do these demonic things. As a wife, you are there to be a support. You are there to make his days better and happier. So, honey, I would never, if I was her, I would never think that these parents would be on my side, especially going against a male. Hell no. Hell no. Not no boy. Nope, nope, nope. What else you guys saying up in here?
There with my friend, I was talking to his mom, and his mom was like, yeah, I gave him $60 because he said that he was gonna get you something, blah 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 blah. And I was like, he didn't get me anything. So he had lied to his mother, asking her for $60, telling her he was getting me something, and he never got me anything. He just needed $60 to either buy alcohol, because at the time he was drinking very heavily, and or my belief is that he relapsed, so he might have been getting the drugs. Okay, so this is adding on to the other video that I made about why he left. So part 3. So I confronted my husband, called my therapist, and told his brother, hey, I know you probably already knew he was cheating on me. I just sit on the floor, I sob, not even sobbing, wailing. I lost my husband, and just like yelling out, crying out for Jesus. I finally mustered the strength to kind of stand up. And then my neighbor, who also went to the church,
Teresa says she's different from a lot of these parents, that she makes her son accountable. That's great. But, from my experience, a lot of these parents are always going to have their male son back. When I was growing up, and things might be different. When I was growing up, they always took the man side. The males were always favored. The males always had privilege when I was growing up. I'm old now. So things possibly are different how parents treat their males and their daughters, their sons and daughters, Well, that's good to hear. All right, let's continue on.
There and was like, hey, like we should probably pray for her. I'm like bent over because like I can't even stand. And my, father-in-law begrudgingly walks over to, pray for me and all this stuff. So I leave the church. My husband texts me, basically tells me it's my fault. Everything's my fault. He proceeds to call me a cunt.
What?
As he's telling me that it's my fault. He's like,
come on, not the C word. Who says the C word? Who says it? Is he mixed? He not all black. I don't know too many black men that use the C word. I mean, possibly, but if he's using a C word, that seems like some very catty. Like he's been a bottom for a long time, girl. For him to call you the C word. Now I do hear, in the gay community, they do say C word. Y'all know that. They say C word a lot. They got songs with the C word. But I don't know. I've never really heard of straight men or masculine presenting men calling a woman a C word. It's possible, but in the black community, it is possible. But I don't run across that often. Feminine men, yes, all the time. But let's go.
Telling me that it's my fault. He's like, you're a cunt and you did this. You were a terrible wife. And so since I knew that he was staying at his boyfriend's house, I took a little drive over to his boyfriend's house to tell his boyfriend's mother that my husband was staying there, because his boyfriend was 19. And at the time, my husband was damn near 30 years old.
What?
So I was like, yeah, that's weird. That's inappropriate. And no. So by that time it was like midnight. I went a knocking. I knocked on that woman's door, and I didn't care. I was like, somebody about to answer, because no. I was like, hey, is this your son? Is this his name? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, well, I just wanted to let you know that your son is dating my husband, who is just about 30 years old. He was like 29, damn near 30, okay? And he has been sneaking into your house and staying here. And then apparently my husband was there. He was like, I don't know, staking out around the corner or something like that, because he texted me and was all pissed off at me for doing that. After that, my friend drives me to her house because she didn't want me to stay alone, obviously. So she drives me to her house and I stay at her house. She ends up calling my boss because she was like, she used to work at the same place I was just got a job at. And she told my boss what happened, and told them, I wasn't coming into work. Oh, and mind you, his grandma had just died. So like she had passed away like a few weeks to a month before I found out. And we had just had her services like 5 or 6 days before I found out that he was cheating on me. The whole thing with his grandma, oh my God, there's so much. Let me make another.
Girl, I think that the 19-year-old mom, she already knew about the 30-year-old. Ain't no way a mom is going to allow a 30-year-old near her 19-year-old son at the house that often. Why, without her knowing something? She know what was up. I truly believe she knew what was up, and she was just playing dumb with you. And you are very clueless. You don't get it. And I guess she was doing it because she was angry at her husband. I don't know if she was still fighting for her marriage. It looks like it, but honey, he did not want to be with her.
Okay, so part 4. Hold on, let me salt this really quick. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay. So, part 4. So as I said, his grandmother passed away. And when that happened, he was not at the hospital. So she was, she was very old. She was like in her 90s, and she was in hospice. And so I stayed at the hospital because I was like, they said she was going to pass away, so I'm not leaving.
She seemed like a nice girl. She's an attractive woman. Why don't you just find someone that really loves you and care for you? I don't understand. How could you? She's not bad looking and she sounds nice. Why do you chase after a man that don't want you? I can never understand that for the life of me because I've never been a chaser. But I guess chasers, they know. I've never chased a man. I never chased a woman. Okay. I can't identify. I can't relate with the chasers. But let's go.
Because I loved her like she was everything to me. So anyway, so I stayed. I had to call him to tell him that his grandmother passed away. So now we are now at her homegoing services. And he had an orchestra play there because his entire family is very into music. His mom, his dad, and both of his brothers, they're all musicians. So they had an orchestra. Well, guess who was in the orchestra? Yeah, his boyfriend was in the orchestra. And I found out about this because I ended up like seeing the program that they had. So this man was literally doing all this stuff in front of everybody thinking that they wouldn't know. Because also, when he did the Christmas musical, his boyfriend was also in the Christmas musical in the orchestra. So let's fast forward to Christmas. Like I said, his boyfriend was in the Christmas musical. At the time, I didn't know until, again, seeing the program. But now I'm going to pause really quick before I continue to say more things. I was young. I didn't understand a lot of things. And I was also very, very, very evangelical. And this plays into why I did what I did. Okay. He was doing the musical and it was a weekend long thing. And he had a prop that he needed that was at our house. And I brought it to the church. Should I have done that? No. Like, duh, me now? Absolutely not. But I was a dumb, evangelical wife. Okay. Anyway, I did that. Get to the church. His dad sees me. He's joking around with me like freaking 5 or 6 days ago. I didn't just, not even 5 or 6 days, maybe like a week and a half ago. I didn't, fucking find out that my husband was cheating on me. Okay. And like that's what his family is like. So then Christmas Eve comes. I haven't heard from his mother since December 10th to Christmas Eve. Hadn't heard from her at all. She hits me up and she's like, oh, do you want some tamales? Because at the church, there was a woman, or is a woman, who makes tamales every year for Christmas and she sells them. And I was like, I don't want to talk to her. Like, the hell? But, maybe she's throwing out an olive branch. She feels bad. So, I'll take it, whatever. So my brother-in-law comes and picks me up because at this time I could not drive. I was extremely sick, like so sick where I couldn't walk anywhere without having an asthma attack. I had to like sit up sleeping. I was on the phone with my friend at the time and I was talking to her and I had to stop talking. I was like, I have to get off the phone with you. Like, I can't talk. And she came over, took me to the hospital, and I literally would have passed away if she did not take me to the hospital to get treatment.
So did he thought you was going to die and he was just waiting on your time to go? I don't know. And he didn't want to leave you because it would be worse. I don't know.
So I couldn't drive anywhere. Plus, I was like in my head, I couldn't, I was not there. Okay. He came, he picked me up. I went to their house. I kid you not. I sit on their couch. They just watch Christmas movies. Nobody talked about what happened. Nothing. So I'm sitting on the couch watching Christmas movies with them, like everything's fine. And I'm just sitting there and I just start crying because I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here? And then before I leave, his mom comes over and like gives me a hug and I just start bawling and still nobody says anything to me. Nothing. Nobody talks about what the fuck just happened to me not too many days ago. That's the kind of family that he's in. So I go home and I don't hear from his family again 4 weeks till the new year, till after the new year. And his mom asks me for rent. And I'll go into that part 5. Okay, so part 5, how I found out that my husband was cheating on me and had a boyfriend. So I actually need to go back and tell you this. So leading up to me finding out that he had cheated on me, I was going to couples therapy with my husband, but then he like wouldn't show up sometimes. He got mad at me one day and we had therapy in the morning and he just blatantly didn't show up. So I called his oldest brother and I was like, hey, because he worked with his oldest brother at a school. And I was like, hey, whatever about your brother.
Well, do you guys think this story is real? Press 7 if it's real. Press 10 if it's not real. Honey, if this is not real, I'm about to go on TikTok and start making up shit. Is this what people do? Make up stuff? I'm so out the loop. Let me start making up some stories. Shit. Let me start making up some stories, honey. I can make up a story right now. Okay. Give me a topic, y'all. Give me a topic and watch. I'll make up a story. Y'all want to see me freestyle? Shit. I can freestyle a story. Okay. Challenge me. Give me a storyline and let me freestyle it real quick. 10, she talk like she like to talk. Yeah. So this is what's going on out here in these streets. She got me convinced. Yeah. Ooh, I tell you. Well, if you guys want to call in about this, because I'm kind of sick and tired of her, to be honest with you. It's like I heard enough. Feel free to call in if you guys want. Tomorrow I'm going to do more personal content because I've been looking for some hot topics and it's been kind of dry lately. It's really been dry. That's a new thing on TikTok. Make up big money fakes. I want to try it. I want to try a fake ass story. Let me try. Can I try a freestyle? Can I test my talent on y'all? Press one if you guys gonna allow me to freestyle a story, test it on you guys. All right. You guys can call in to help me test a story on you guys to see if I got the gift of gab. Or you guys can give me a comment or give me a storyline in the comment section. And I just want to see if I can do it. And I think it's best if you guys come up with the concept and I just run with it, you know? Um Brian, Gary, sure, call in and talk about them, you know? Home home of the zesty range, let's go. Tesla class action lawsuit for discrimination against black folks. Oh, okay. Is that's what you want me to talk about? Girl, did you hear about that class action lawsuit? Elon Musk is going down. Elon Musk is going down. Let me tell y'all, this is the reason why he's spending so much money trying to help Trump win. He made a deal with Trump that if Trump wins, that he will be off the line. Trump is going to look out for him because Elon Musk, that car is receiving a lot of lawsuits for discriminations against people of our color. We already know Elon Musk. Yeah, he's from Africa, honey, but he's not one of us. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. And you know, Elon Musk, he's an evil man. What man got all this money and he's so greedy? He's just so greedy. And then 45 million he giving to Trump every month. That screams greedy. That screams desperate. All because his cars is on the line. Because if Harris get in office, all those lawsuits are going to come his way, going to tear down everything that he's built. It's going to tear down everything that he's built. And make no mistake about it, Miss Harris, she's not going to play. She is not going to play. And that's why all the criminals, the billionaire criminals, they are all in cahoots. And let me tell you this. Elon Musk is in cahoots with Diddy. But the reason why Diddy is not coming out with Elon Musk because Diddy got a lot of dirt on his name. So he's on a low. But make no mistake about it, Diddy is supporting Elon Musk and giving him money, honey. Let's not forget Elon Musk's daughter is a transgender. And let's not forget Elon Musk, they act like they don't care about transgenders, but you know they be fooling around with transgenders. They be fucking around with them transgenders on the low, girl. Do you remember that movie, that TV show with that girl? It's called Ethiopia. You know what I'm talking about. Press 5 if you know what I'm talking about. Ethiopia. Honey, they tell it. Let me tell you what Holly Weird do. It was a father, and they spell it out. It was a father. He was heterosexual, masculine presenting. All right. And he was messing around with a transgender that was 17-year-old girl. Right. And he had a son that was messing around with transgenders too. Right. And he would be acting like he ain't with that gay shit, but he really be with that gay shit. So that's the same thing Elon Musk is doing, honey. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Him, Elon Musk, Diddy, they all in that freak off shit. And Trump, girl. It is a damn shame. Okay. All right, let me stop. So how did I do? Press 15 if I did well. Okay, everything I just told you guys, it was something I made up. Okay, it's not real. That was just some shit I made up. Press 15 if I did good. Press 20 if I need to continue to practice. Okay. So that's me trying to freestyle a story, you know. So do I have a gift, you guys? Do I have a gift to freestyle a story? I think I do. And I think I need to harness my gift because I can create any story. I can go along with anything and I'm very good at it. But it's like, why am I not capitalizing off of my gift? Because I need direction. I need a man. You guys, I'll be honest with you. I need a man. I need a man that's going to give me direction. See, in the past, I'm used to having a man around. But right now, I don't got no man to help. Okay. I would not be on this YouTube if I didn't have a man. Yeah, a man was the one that helped me get on social media because I was against it. Then it was a man that helped me keep on pushing on YouTube because I was like, nah, but I love a man. A man have always spoke, life into my future. Whew, I tell y'all, I tell you. I mean, I love every sex, to be honest with you. I love all the sexes, the male and the female. Oh my goodness. All right. So it's the zesty who protect too much. You can have my husband ASAP. Nah. I can have your why would you want to give your husband away? That's your husband. You better not give your husband away. You better keep your husband. Why would you want to give somebody your husband? He must not be a good husband if you're willing to give him away. So no, I don't want your husband. Just the fact that you're willing to give your husband away, I don't want him. I don't because he ain't worth shit. I want something to value. I know he'll value when you don't want to give him away. Yeah, I know it's something there. But if you want to give your husband away, he ain't shit. No, I don't want nobody husband that's willing to give him up like that. Okay. I want the ones that's hard to get. Okay. I like a challenge. Okay. Okay. Gigi, are you the only child? From my mom, yes, I'm the only child. I was raised the only child in my household. But I do have brothers and sisters that are half blooded brothers and sisters that I don't talk to as much. So yeah, it's sad, right? I got all these brothers and sisters and I'm not that close to, you know. I mean, I don't know. That relationship it's interesting. It really interesting. But yeah, I don't have the best relationship with my brothers and sisters. Do I reach out to them? Yeah, I reach out to them. But things have changed. Okay, with one of my little brothers, he came over here to visit. I invited him to my place to visit. He's cool. I just felt like I was a foster mother. He did his thing, doing it what young men do. Um, our conversation. I just wanna critique him so much. And I know I cannot critique him, and I can't treat. I want to treat him like a foster son. I really do. But we were not raised together, so therefore I have to be careful how I talk to them, even though they're younger. I want to correct them. I'm like, no, you ain't talking right. And he's arrogant. He is very arrogant. He feel like he knows better than anybody else. I can't tell him anything. He's going to do what he want to do. So I have to accept people for where they are and just allow it to do. With my sisters, I got one sister. She just got finished getting married. I FaceTime with her for a long time. She's doing cool. Now she did tell me this. She says that the reason why she don't keep in contact with all the kids because she have, I guess, trauma. Because my father was not the best to her. Like he was not there. He was neglecting, not being a great father. So she's like, sometimes when I'm around my other brothers and sisters, I'm reminded of him. So I try to stay my distance. Okay. I said, well, I understand that, and it is what it is. I have another sister I was close to, but something happened with her. I don't know what happened with her. We did have a little falling out. She came to my city and she thought I was going to drop everything just to see her when she snapped her fingers, and I was not. And she was going to a ball, not a gay ball, but she was going with, the Bridgerton. When a Bridgerton thing, they have Bridgerton parties, right? And she was going to there and she had like gowns and stuff. I didn't have no goddamn gown. Last minute, she talking about, come on with me. Meet me there. Get your ticket. Bitch, you ain't paying. I gotta pay. This setup. I said, no, I don't know if I want to be doing that. I ain't feeling like I'm doing that. And besides, I was dealing with some shit. I didn't want to go around all them people doing that, but she was irritated. she has a spoiled complex. She feels like, she wants to be, she in her mind, she's a princess. And I understand that. I have a princess complex too, but I have a reality of what the hell, okay? And I'm not all a princess because I don't depend on people 100% to make shit happen for me. She's very dependent, and her mom made her that way, I feel, because her mom is still staying together, and she be telling me like her mom, she want to get away from her mom, but she's so dependent on her mom, and she felt like her mom that messed her life up because they always together. She never had separation from her parent. So she don't know how to cope without her mom at her big age. But anyway, I didn't meet up with her in a certain time that she wanted me to. And then when I was available, she was like, no, she had an attitude. Next thing you know, I wasn't talking to her for some time. Next thing you know, a year or 2 years later, she reached out asking for some money, girl. See that you're gonna get enough. Don't you understand? Anytime you ask me for some money, anytime you ask me for anything, I'm gonna always be like, hell no. You better not ask me for shit. Okay. You barking up the wrong tree. I ask people for shit, not the other way around. So I didn't respond. I said all this time I've been reaching out to her ass and she hasn't responded to me. She had me on like ignore. And they have like a brother and sister, like a group text. I don't like group texts. I feel like if you want to have a relationship with me, you have a relationship with me one-on-one, but they like doing group texts. I'm not a group person. I'm really not a group person, y'all. I don't like cliques and groups. I'm not that. So I didn't really was active in the brother and sister group session because I'm just not a group, person. I don't know. I can try, but it's not me. It's a group of us, and I'm saying, hey y'all, and we all having a mixed conversation. I don't like that shit. Just I like one-on-one. So anyway, in a group text, she told all the brothers and sisters happy Mother's Day to their mom. She was like, yeah, such and such, happy mama to you. And she did everybody except for me. And I felt like that was on purpose. Okay. Mind you, she always calling my mama for some advice. She always calling my mama for help. Okay. My mama, out of all the baby mamas, okay. My mama, out of all the baby mamas, has been the most helpful as advice. My mama, out of all the baby mamas, well, first of all, my mom was not a baby mama. My mom was the only wife. Let's get that clear. First of all, my daddy, he still want to be with my mama, honey, and she want because she's remarried and she's happy. His damn loss. I was the only one out of all of them that my daddy ever married and my daddy loved, okay? And he still put that on everything, okay? So I can't help that bitches are mad at me because my mom is the chosen one. That part. That part. Okay. That's why these bitches really mad. Let's keep the shit real. Okay. uh-uh. But yeah, honey. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I tell you. I tell you. Oh, did I talk too much? They said, Gigi, wait, you're not a mama? No, I'm not a mama. I be role playing when I say I got 4 kids. I just be role playing. Did anyone see the interview with Ray J with Candace? He is a fruity, y'all. Yeah, I saw it. You talking about the part where Ray J said that he put on wigs, and when he put on a wig, it turned him on, but he had to throw the wig off because he got turned on. I think he was joking. I really don't take him serious. I don't think he really got turned on seeing himself in a wig. I think he's joking, and I think that for whatever reason, he see value in the transgender community. I don't know. It's like if you see value in the transgender community, then why would you want to get a transgender people to fight amongst each other when they already got the world to fight against? They already dealing with so much. Why would you want them in that light? But he's gonna make money off of them. So I don't know. And then the transgender community, they love it because they just want to be seen. So shit, I don't know, honey. But if it was up to me, I'd say no, that's not true love. Cause why would he want to put you in that light? If he really cared about you, he really valued you, he would not put you in that light. He'll be more creative or reach out with other people to do something good that can be creative, entertaining, and popular. But to make people fight and degrade each other like these reality TV shows, no, I can't get with that. All right, somebody said easy access. Is that what it was? Mm-mm-mm. Ooh, wee. Okay, we got a caller, y'all. We got a caller. Calling from 810. You're live on the air. 810, are you there?
Yes, Gigi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me.
Hi, Gigi. I just love you. I know Gigi, so I don't know your past. I kind of not
Good.
been on YouTube for that long,
Good
but you
girl.
are
I love people that
so
don't know my
amazing.
past. Okay, go ahead. But I love
Yes,
both. Be honest with you, I love both. Know my past, don't know my past. Just respect me, and you know I go by Gigi on this
right.
thing. That's all. That's all. But go ahead, talk to
Mhm.
me. So, did you hear that I was
um.
transgender? Did who said that? Who told you
Yeah.
that?
It.
Who said that?
Um. You did.
Oh, I said it. Okay.
I was like, oh.
Right. Who said
I
that?
have
Who said that? Go
a
ahead.
I have a friend. She's transgender, and she's older. What advice can I give her? Because I'm not in the community, but I'm an ally. So, what advice as an older transgender, male to female, what advice can I give her? Because she's kind of lost. We lost. This is new for both of us. And like I said, she's an older, transgender
Right. So, Lost,
person.
where is she
So
trying to go? First, we need to find a destination. Where are we headed? Where are we trying to get to?
we have hormones, beginning of hormones. I say
Got it.
we, like I'm
So,
doing it.
where are we trying to go? So, it's just about physical
Yes.
presentation. We're trying to soften up a look when it comes to
Mm.
physical presentation. Is that the goal right now?
Yes, because she feel like because I started older on the medications and the hormones. She like I don't think they're working. I see it. I don't know why she don't, but
Yeah.
she just don't
Well,
see it.
I think that
Yeah,
she
it's just
has to give it time. It's patience. You can't rush
yeah.
anything.
Okay.
It takes time. Just like it took her a long time to get to this point to live her truth. So when it comes to physical, time does play a factor, and you gotta wait for it. And sometimes it may not be what you want, and you have to be okay with that. Has she adjusted her mindset to know, hey, if I don't get the results that I'm looking for, then I'm still going to be okay with myself. I'm still going to move on with my life, and I'm okay with that. Have she accepted that?
I think she there. She's at this age, girl. I ain't gonna tell my age, but we don't care.
Okay,
Like
well, shit, she
we
don't
just
care.
yeah, and just
Yeah.
I'm not in the community. I'm a black. Well, I don't know what to
Well,
say.
you
Like,
don't have to be in honestly, you really don't have to be in the community. Shit, I got one foot in and one foot out. I mean, I don't know.
I be trying to learn, girl. It's a
Yeah.
lot
But during my
because
whole
everybody not the
transition,
same.
yeah, but during my whole transition, me transitioning male, man and woman, I was not in the community. I was not associating. I was not talking to any gay person or transgender person. I was really pretty much just around my family and friends from high school. But I was not in the community, so I didn't get advice from the community. I didn't get guidance. Now, twice, I did call someone. I did ask, and it was my choice. I could have, went full throttle and be like, "Hey, you guys, I'm here," but because of my history with the community and I received so much drama, I was like, "No, hell no, this is not a safe space for me. So I ain't getting no advice from none of you hoes." Okay, so yeah, so I feel like, you guys are doing great. Just be patient and just live life. Every moment is a gift and just enjoy it.
Oh, thank you so much. I had one more question
Go
for you.
ahead.
Hold on, I wrote it down. Did your grandma before she went up to heaven, did she know that you was trans? Because I saw the video. I was like, oh, she's so funny. Oh my!
Uh-huh.
She said, but when she said, Portia, who the f- is that?
Yes, yes, yes,
Did she
yes.
know? Did she know and accept it, or did not? No,
Okay, so that
before she
part.
passed.
So yes, she did know before she passed, and I remember, and I have family that can that I interview later on, and it was so interesting because I haven't seen my grandma in probably like a year or two. It's been a minute, so I went up there with my cousin to see her, and she didn't even notice who I was. And she was like, "Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful. Your skin is so nice." But she thought I was my cousin's friend. So once
Mm-hmm.
I left, my mom say, "So did you see her?" And then she was like, "Who you talking about her?" And then they told her, my grandma, who I was. And she said, "Oh shit." She was like, "Hell no, bring her ass back up here." So I had to turn right back around and go up there. But she didn't. She was fine. She was shocked. She was like, "Damn." I don't know. It was almost like I got her. Like, damn, because you cannot get my grandma on shit. She gonna know who you is.
Right.
But the fact that she felt like I got her, and then I went back and she said, "Hey, why you ain't tell me that was you?"
No,
I said,
I just
'cause
like
I,
your
I I wanted to
Nathan.
see. I wanted to see was the change changing? Was the transition working? Shit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that was my proof because I know you gonna tell it.
Yeah.
Okay, because if I don't look right, she'll be the first one to tell me. So for the fact
Yeah.
that she just gave me love, and she gave me love, not knowing that I was her granddaughter. She just gave me love, just point blank. Period. So
Oh.
when I went back there, when she found out that I was trans and I was her granddaughter, she still gave me love. She was just shocked and like, "Motherfucker, don't pull that shit. Tell me." She was like, "Tell
And if
me."
you take right, like come on now, if you take you being trans out of it, your story is still amazing of you overcoming such a big thing, and I think that's why people are drawn to you. Of that, and I just want to say that you're very brave to
Thank
do
you.
that, and I just think it helps a lot of people, and that's why we drawn to you, like making a big change, standing on business, and don't care. So it's just we love you, Gigi. I
Thank
love
you.
you.
I
You're just an
appreciate
amazing
it. And
person,
I
and I
will
can
I
tell
will
that you're a
say
beautiful
this.
soul.
I will say this. I go through phases. Sometimes I don't care, but some seasons, shit, I do care. Hell yeah, I care. I care too much. Okay.
Do
So I
you
go
care
through
when
up and
people bring
down.
it up?
At a point, hell
Like,
yeah, I care. Hell yeah, bring that shit up again.
right.
Bring it up again.
Like when people say you used to be in the hood, I'm like, I'm not anymore. That was
Right,
20 years ago.
right. If I'm a
I'm like, that's
pastor,
not me.
yeah, if I'm a
Yeah.
pastor and I used to be a stripper hoe, don't bring that shit up at the church. I'm about some, yeah, I remember when you was on that pole named Strawberry. That is
Right.
disrespectful. Call it, "Hey,
You're right.
Strawberry."
It's
Listen, I didn't
like,
change my life around. I didn't transition, honey, over.
yeah, I don't know. Just stay under the bed like I do. I'm like, this world is so
Hmm.
backwards. But it's you meet beautiful people, then you meet the others.
Yeah.
That's the bad and good part about social media. Like, I see everybody beefing up. Then I come to you and you're not invested that much in these people's lives. So that's why I like listening to you. Like, what y'all think? What do y'all think
Hmm.
going on? You not putting like that, like everything. That's why I like to hear it.
No,
Us
thank
coming
you.
to conclusions, yeah,
And I
about
will
on our
say
own.
this, and I will say this, that sometimes I can get, say for instance, people from the LGBT when I'm quiet about my transition, meaning that I just want to live and do my celebrity gossip without putting up the flag. I just want to exist just like
Right.
everybody else in the world. When I go to these places and do business, I'm not asking them what's between your legs. I'm not asking them, are you trans or not? I'm not asking them, are you gay or not? I'm here for a service, and that's how I saw it. I'm here to provide a service. And but I understand this is a platform where I did do all that stuff. But bitches, you know what is
Right.
going on. But I say that to say some people from the LGBT, they be feeling like, oh, why you ain't saying it? Why you ain't telling us the story time like you used to? So they get upset and they become the op sometimes because I'm not giving them a certain service like they used to. And I understand it. It's just like Lady Gaga. I like Lady Gaga and I like Beyonce, but Beyonce and Lady Gaga, they changed their sounds. Lady Gaga is not giving me
Mm-hmm.
the poker face like she used to be. And some fans will be upset. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I want the Lady Gaga poker face. Same with Beyonce. Some people want the, birthday Beyonce. So I get it. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I don't want to get it. But sometimes I guess now I have grown to understand different sides and perspective, and I had to take the time out outside of myself and look at it. And it's a challenge to be outside of yourself and look at it from a different angle. So now I am coming to that point where I see that. And yeah, this is where I'm at. I was not even planning on doing all this shit, to be honest with you. But hell, I mean, destiny is destiny, right? So
You're very brave, and I'm a therapist, and I do teaching too. So I do with behavioral kids with behavioral problems, which I don't believe in that. So I got a lot of trans kids, gay kids, and so I go to these communities to understand. No, I'm not. I'm a woman, and we have a whole bunch of kids, but still, I want to understand. So when my babies, I call my students babies, come to me, I can be that voice because they're trying to take that out of school, that identity, and I'm trying to low key keep it in. If that's who
right.
you feel you are, you be it. Don't you ever
Mm-hmm.
let nobody tell you who you can be in this world. We
Got
have
it.
one life, and ain't nobody gonna tell me how to do it. And
Well, hold
I
on. Let me
just
ask some questions real quick. Stay right there. So
okay.
John says that's like a Diddy turn into a pastor. Well, you don't know a lot of pastors, and they must not told you their testimonies. Many pastors have a worse past than Diddy. Okay, a lot of people that is on the pulpit went through hell and back, and they will tell you that they used to do horrible things before God used them to be a preacher. And if you're from the church, you would know that
Exactly.
they say that God used so many people that was of the world, that was kings of the world. And now they are working for
Mm-hmm.
his army, for his better good. And they are getting the word out and they're relating their story. And people say, well, how can you preach something if you ain't never been through nothing? So for Diddy to turn into a pastor, should that be right up the religion alley? They will love that. It will be a big win for them if they got big, people like that was of the world and converted their life. They love those type of wins. So hold on. Somebody else says it says so no disrespect, but how does the Lord factor in? Is that hard? Well, I think when I was a child, it was hard, but as I grow, I learned that these are man and man make up a lot of stuff, and these are man religion, and religion and beliefs is really based on your beliefs and your perspective. You
Mm-hmm.
have 10 Christians, and 10 Christians, they believe differently. And am I who is to say that, oh, you're not a Christian because you don't believe how I believe? Muslims don't feel like Jesus is God. Christians may feel like Jesus is God. I mean, it's your personal belief. That's how you feel. So I have my personal belief and I'm fine with God and I love the Lord. Maybe not in your perspective, maybe not in your light, but I'm not supposed to be like you. And I think it's like people want to convert people to be like them. It's like, I need to change your mind so you can think like me. And that ain't gonna never happen. That's not even logical. And all these humans, and you want everybody to be like in a cult. And that's what they try to force, but it's so unnatural. It's so unnatural. But we are talking about religion, which is not natural at all. It's very of the supernatural. So there you have it. It's really about your belief and how you feel about different things. We do live in a society where they try to force their religion on others. And I know firsthand because I was one of those religion people that was trying to force Christianity on others because they said that is my duty. So I thought that was my job and I wore it like a badge of honor. So looking back, I was like, damn, I was really brainwashed. They did some voodoo tricks on my ass. Okay. Had me believe that. But it was not my mind. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand when people believe it, that's how they feel. And I don't challenge that because I'm not here to try to change your mind. You know, if God touched you, then that's with you in God, you know, but I'm not here to try to change everybody. So that's how that
Right.
works for me.
I try to simplify it because I work with kids, and I always say, you don't have to be perfect because this is not heaven. You don't have to be perfect. I went to church. Anybody know when you say church, that means you went Monday through Sunday. And those are the most evilest people I came across. As a Christian, as a believer of God, those are the most worst people I ever ran into. If I could tell you the stories, girl. My job, I feel as a Christian, is to love, not to judge. Love everybody, whoever they are, with skin color, with sex. I don't care about your sex. That's weird. When I hear Christians talk about that, I'm like, you think we're going to be humping in heaven? Girl, that's
No,
nasty.
I think that's
Right?
that's
So
you're in
I'm
the
just saying,
flesh.
everybody, you
Yeah.
don't know.
When you're
It's
talking
our
about
job to
humping,
love.
humping and doing all that, that is of the flesh. And
Ain't
from
that
what I
weird?
heard, when you die, you're no more of the flesh. So your body
We
parts,
don't have
all that,
kids, and we
yeah,
don't have
all that
kids in heaven,
PP
so
and
why would
Hello
we hump it?
Kitty, that is not going to be, that's non-existence. And that's why I was told it's great to convert your mind now, because when you
Yep.
leave, and if your mind is still perverted to think all these sexual thoughts that the world has, that a lot of Christians that are
Mm-hmm.
heterosexuals, they think very sexual and they can't help themselves because they don't have no control of their flesh, and they allow men to roam and just say, well, if you wearing a sexy dress and a man can't help it because that's his nature, but yet you preach about the supernatural, but yet you preach about, getting away from the flesh and being spiritual, but you wanna put the cape on for a male that's a Christian dealing in his flesh. It's so hypocritical, and I just don't have time for it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say as a Christian, I don't trust you, because I know. I mean, even I was, worked in science before I started teaching. Even the science people, we would be arguing there. So I hate when they say black people, black YouTubers be fighting. I'll be like, I'll be in the science community. We be fighting against the science community, against the Christian scientists, which, our fault. We all fight,
Yeah.
But again, my
Hold,
job is to love. I'm
yeah,
not
hold
God. I'm
on.
not Jesus. I'm not
Tiffany,
Muhammad.
Tiffany got something to say, and I believe she's a Christian. And I love Christians. I have Christians in my family. My friends are Christians, so I
Mm-hmm.
love Christians. So Tiffany says our job is to spread the gospel, tell people about the goodness of God and things of that nature. But we are not to force anything on anybody. Some will accept Jesus
Yep.
Christ and some will not. And Tiffany, I think that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this day, in this society, in the past, it's not like that. It's more like, no, you better convert, you better bow a knee. And if you don't, you're demonic. You're just evil. You're so antichrist. I pray for your soul. You are so sick. God is going to get you. We are living at the end of the days. And when God wrath come for you, oh God, you're going to regret this day. I promise you, you're going to regret this day. You better get on your knee and bow. And I'm looking like, you're so emotional. You're so in your flesh. Because if you're in your
Mm-hmm.
spiritual realm, you don't need all these emotions. You about to break down and cry because you're so in your flesh. And it's nothing spiritual about it. If you're confident, you don't need to do all that hocus pocus. But I know that
Yes,
because I
ma'am.
used to be and groomed in that. So I know all the tricks. I know how they play on your emotions. I know how they play on your emotions with music. Music is a big instrument in that. You know how they yell, how they talk, the dramatics, it's all theatrics.
Mm, yeah. I ain't disagreeing. When you say you don't feel like you belong, what do you mean by that? Because I say that too. I'm like a hood nerd, so I never
Well,
felt like I belong as much as.
when I said that is when I look on social media and when I go to different places, I was so used to growing up that people dressed a certain way. They had class about themselves. They had manners. They were respectable. Um, and nowadays they're just not. And it's like it's the norm to be disrespectful. It's the norm to not trying to be better. It's like people are so complacent with bullshit. And it's like, I don't even fit in this world anymore. Like this is a whole different and a lot of times, honestly, it's just about my surroundings and my environment. Clearly, something to signal me saying, hey, you need to be in another environment. You need to be around different groups of people because I'm sure it's out there, but I don't know how. But I have got myself in the algorithm of life, in the algorithm on social media with things that I don't relate with things that that don't inspire me. When I look on social media, it's because I'm in this algorithm and it does not inspire me at all. I can't relate to it. So is when I go outside in different places, I guess it's my environment. I'm like, oh, no inspiration. I don't like this shit. So that's when I say I don't fit
Yeah,
in. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, that's how I feel. Like you was talking about your sisters, and me and my sisters fell out because I was defending gay people, which I'm not even gay. But I keep telling people a trans person saved my life. I think I typed it in there in your chat. That's probably why I'm so drawn to loving other people, even if I don't understand. Like I want to love and learn just everybody. It is 8 billion people on this earth. You're not going to think like other trans people. I'm not going to think like other straight black women because I love everybody, gay, straight, white, black, everything. Because I feel like that's the thing I can do to contribute to society. Type nice stuff to people. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, you're nice. That's what I want to give back. But I don't have to be perfect, and you don't either, because we're not in heaven. And I just believe that good people are going to heaven. That's it. And I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I get yelled at by my sisters. And no, the Bible said you cannot sleep with other men when you're. I'm like, are you guys? We
Well,
have to
when it
reprogram
says
as
that
Christians.
for
It's a new
me,
world.
it's like, hey, that's for you. Okay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't contribute to that. That's not my religion. That's yours. So that's for you. What's for
Mm-hmm.
you is for you. Don't try to project your insecurities on me. Don't try to make me feel a certain way because that's how you feel about yourself. And most of
Mm-hmm.
these people that's talking, you can't even talk. You still got dick on your breath from last night, but yet you want to preach and judge. Girl, get out of here.
You transgender
Nobody,
going to hell, even though I just went to Walmart and stole a whole bunch of stuff.
nobody, I'm not taking that
I'm like, y'all
serious.
fake.
It doesn't move me, but it does move a lot
Yeah.
of people. And you can see that because you see so many pastors with so much money. You see so many pastors with all these mansions. So I'll let you know it does work. It is a business in it and it
Mega
does work.
mansions.
Yeah, if I was
The
to be a
devil gives
straight
gifts too.
honey,
Mm-hmm.
if I was a straight man, okay, if I had to cosplay as a straight man and be a pastor, I'll probably have one of them mega churches. Yes, I would. I have a wife, some kids, and some dick on the side. Okay,
I
putting
didn't
my
know that's how it went. I wouldn't have went to college.
putting on my heels. Okay, shit.
Right.
Wait till y'all
Yeah, it's
find.
just as me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Now hold
going to
on.
different churches and learning. It's just like it's how you see the Bible. Some people might look at it different. Some people like, it's how you think of it. And I know that people will use religion to cover up what they're doing bad. I have dated a lot of Christian men, and I tell people,
Yeah, but
as a
that shit,
Christian,
it only
they
works
all was the
amongst
worst.
it only works amongst themselves. It doesn't work with other people. It only works amongst the believers. That's it. But I
Mm-hmm.
will say this. So Maria says, God says, be fruitful and multiply. Well, God says stop sucking dick, but y'all still do it. So please. And you have to remember this is your beliefs. So your beliefs is personal. So if you believe something, then why have a debate and argue with other people that may not believe the same? I'm not no pastor. I think if you're talking about religion and God, you should really go to your pastor, whoever that you're getting mentorship from in the spiritual realm. And I have been told when you are getting into any religion, you do need guidance, you do need elders that can help you go to your past because this life is a battle. So for you to be on social media, going back and forth, asking spiritual questions to me, I think that is flawed within itself. It does not make sense. I am not your spiritual
Mm-hmm.
guidance. You need to go to your pastor.
Right.
You need to go seek advice and counsel from your pastor. You know, that's the best advice I can give you because you're trying to pervert things and cross things over. And I don't know what you're going to get from it. But it says, be fruitful and multiply. How are we supposed to strengthen Black and brown communities? Well, if you're talking about popping babies, it's so many baby mamas and baby daddies out here and so many Black kids that are unwanted. How about strengthen um quality baby making? How about strengthening loving the kids that you guys already have? These kids, Black and brown kids, feel like their life is not valuable. And where do they get that type of teaching from? I mean, straight people are reproducing their ass, okay? And they out here doing all these crimes, they doing all this stuff. These kids are getting killed at a young age. Where are the Christian heterosexuals that's appropriating, producing this shit? You got what are y'all
Giving
doing with the
money for
kid?
mega mansions.
What are y'all doing with the kids that you have? Because they feel unloved, and that's sad. So don't preach to
Yeah.
me about we need not to be gay in order to reproduce more kids. You at this point, y'all, you reproducing terrorists because the amount of these Black canes that are taking out these Black women is just sickening. So I
I'll
don't want
stop
to
you
hear
in your
about
line,
that.
girl.
It says if nobody do that anymore, it screams agenda from certain areas. Okay. Ooh.
Well, thank you so
You
much. I was
welcome.
talking, girl. I just talk.
Well, I love when you
I
call
just
and
think you just
talk.
thank you, and I will talk. And then I put him on your channel. He was like, "She's so fine." I was like, "Come on, you just changed it to a girl. You can't be called." I don't even know what we're doing here, but thank you so much. Just talking
Anytime.
about your grandma, everything can relate, and it definitely relates to me. Just you are a beautiful soul. I can hear it. And I looked at your other because they're gonna put you out there. I saw Jacob, I saw Jessica, I like Gigi, which you are. I feel like all of them.
Thank you.
I think you shouldn't define yourself. I mean, you Gigi now, you can change. Because I used to call myself J Money when I was in the hood, girl.
Yeah.
Now I'm this little nice little Christian old lady.
Yeah, but
And so
let me tell
we
you
are
about
supposed to
change.
evolve.
Let me tell you about change.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
We will all change. Your mindset will not be the same when you're 20 to you're 25 to you're 30 to you're 35 to you're 40 to the 45 to the 50 to the 55 to the 60. The world is constantly changing. So we all are going through a transition. Now your transition may not be changing a goddamn gender like mine was,
Right.
but you are going through a transition. We go through an age transition, a transition from being married to being divorced, transitions. We always are going through transitions. Change.
Right. I'm glad social media wasn't around when I was young. So, girl. Yeah, so we do evolve. Old me is nothing like, I said you could have my husband, but even he changed. His thoughts are like, I don't like gay people. I don't like them. Stay away from me. So he sees trans women as women. You want to be a woman? Be a woman. Even he changed as a straight Black man. We have hopefully we with these loving people to produce these loving people to make other people love, and that's how you be fruitful and multiply. You are a part of like transgender friend. That is my kid's godmother. So when like my daughter's birthday today, she came over, bought all these. My daughters didn't never even say, "Hey, mom, why is your friend dressing like a girl?" Because probably they're young and we talk about this, and it's just that's all I can give advice for this world where we at now. Just love. Stop. Well, God said this. You're not God. Jesus said.
Well,
You're not Jesus.
well,
Muhammad, you're not
girl,
him. God
yeah, I
changed his
don't,
mind. We used to
I
have
don't,
dinosaurs.
yeah. Now, some people fall victim to it because that's their religion. So but I don't fall victim to that. I did that, done that. I've been all a part of it. Those people don't even read the Bible. Those people, a lot, like I said, they just got finished. They still got dick on their breath. So how dare they try to tell somebody about anything? Girl, bye. I mean, really?
They be telling me I'm a Christian, and then I say, you think God, you go to church, these are my sisters, you go to church every Sunday with the stuff y'all do, I ain't gonna call them out. You don't think God don't know you a fake egg? Sorry, I say that because Christians have to change our mindset because the world has changed. We can't be thou Father, thou Son, thou. You got to be correct. As I tell them, don't think our Lord, whoever we believe in, don't know what you doing down here because you go to church. Girl, please. That's fake.
Well, to me,
I
don't care. I mean, what people do with their life, I don't care. As long as it does not affect me. So I don't care. You can be a hypocrite in the church. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me.
Right.
But when you put your mouth on me, then I have an issue. But I enjoyed you, 810. I'm going to invite some other people. I thank you so much for coming up.
I talk too much, girl. Yes.
It's all right. I do too.
I love you so much.
Love you too. All right. So we do have someone in the bushes that I'm going to bring up. I'm looking in the comment section. Gigi, not sausages in the breath. Yeah, come on now. You know how they are. You know how they are. Okay. I'm looking in the comment section reading. People be going out the club same night. They are just in church service, of course. Yeah. But I guess with that, they feel like they're better. They feel like what they do is not as bad as what you do because you're gay and you're trans. They feel like it's not equal. Like if they lie and they fornicate, they don't feel like it's the same as you being gay, because that is what they believe. Now, that's not what the Bible teaches, but it's what they believe. So again, people have their own beliefs that don't really come from the Bible. It really is about what the hell they believe. Because in that book, it says that all sins are the same except for one, which is like worshiping other gods. And they do that all the time with these celebrities. They idolize these celebrities. I mean, you can idolize money, and they're still in their flesh. I mean, we're talking about people that got so much mouth, but they're still in their flesh. They still are quick to temper. That is a real quick sign that you are dealing in your flesh. When you're quick to temper, you're so angry all the time. You're so emotional. You move through your emotions. Ain't nothing spiritual about you. Girl, bye. Honey, I pay those people no mind. No mind. Okay, but let's continue on. Messenger, how you doing?
How are you, darling? How are you? I love
I'm
your
doing
show.
good. Thank you.
I just wanted to give my spiritual awakening blessing that the Holy Spirit gave me about everyone. Everyone has a soul, and that's what the Holy Spirit is interested in. And everyone needs to know that there was some alterations that was done by mankind. I've lived in different areas. When I lived upstate, the food was much different. I come to the city of the ghettos and the food is cloned. And I say that to say this. They have medication to further alter human beings to change their sexes. So therefore, my spiritual awakening was they altered people right in their mother womb to be born that way. People are truly born that way. I'm just sharing my spiritual awakening that
Right.
people was altered in their mother's womb to be born.
Okay. Hold on, messenger. Okay, so you're sharing your beliefs. I
Mhm.
understand that. However, this is not a platform where I really want people just to pour in their different beliefs.
Mhm.
We just got here because she brought up my transition and we just started talking about that.
Okay,
And
I
she
won't
brought up
talk about the
religion.
beliefs. I would like to say this.
So,
I feel bad about something I did. I didn't know I was doing something wrong. My daughter, I introduced her to beautiful to Queen Tulsa. And I said, you know,
now
she's
is
a
that a
champ.
YouTuber?
Yes.
Well, can we please not bring up that person?
Okay, I won't bring up a name, but I want to say that I
Well,
should
I
not
don't
have.
want the reason why, because when you bring up people names, you bring energy, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to attract certain energy
no,
over
she's
here.
good energy. That's my girl. That's why
I
I'm
don't.
bringing her up.
But messenger, I may have some issues with her from the past, so
Oh,
I
okay. I
just
won't bring
don't
up her
want
name.
that.
But I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that I shouldn't have devoured her anonymity, like her identity. I shouldn't have said nothing because the sweet words that my daughter said was, "Mommy, I didn't even know." And I'm just saying, for me, it made me feel stupid. Like, Barbara, why did you tell somebody business? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring up, I don't think that we should be outing people. I don't think that should be a subject we should talk about. I think that we should just
90
congregate.
seconds.
Yeah, I think we should just congregate with one another with love and not bring out people identities.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
come to your
messenger,
page for
messenger,
identity.
I want to end you off with that, and I just want to say thank you so much because I don't want to get sidetracked off to a different topic that it was not meant to go to. All right. So yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, bringing up a name, create a YouTube beef.
60
Okay,
seconds.
so we're over that. We are over that part. So tomorrow, I don't know if I go live or I don't know I do an upload, but what do you guys want me to talk about? Any celebrities you guys want me to look into? Any topics you guys want me to talk about? Any questions you have for me that you want me to address? Please put them in the comment section. All right, let me just see what y'all thinking. What's on your mind, child? Uh-huh. I'm Team Gigi on that. Thank you, Portia. Thank you, baby. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, Messenger got a message that last time. Ooh, yeah. So anything else going on? Well, on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you so much. Justin Beaver, baby boy. Oh, he had a baby boy. Congratulations, Justin. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna have to do some fake ass story time. Okay, everybody doing that. Actor Michael is getting arrested last night. Do we really care about that? Do you guys miss me talking about like the crimes, true crimes? Because I think I really did real good with true crime. Press 5 if you think I should go back, dive into true crime stories. I have been doing some true crime stories recently, but they have not been getting a lot of attention. Maybe I need to do some true crime stories and do a live streams with them because I really miss doing the true crime stories and you guys calling in and weigh in. I really like that. All right. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. I love you guys and I see y'all on another video. All right. DJ, where you at?